Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. Or Yahweh Shai. When I say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call Allah, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Double honor to our apostles who rule well. Blessed salutations to you brothers out there teaching the truth with sincerity. I say call Allah, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Akal Kadash, Barakatah. And blessed salutations to the hopeful elect. With that being said, man, I want to get into this lesson. Basically stemming to don't let your afflictions pacify your failure. Because at the end of the day, just the same scripture I read in the beginning, it says what? I can do all things through Christ which strengthens me. So, me and the brothers in the Akim in general had a dialogue earlier today about the same subject. And when it comes to edification and saying, hey man, you messed up over here, or, why did you do this? And it's like, oh, I did that because of this, or I can't perform that because of this. Even I had a situation where a brother had to get on me, you know what I'm saying, and it was on a polo, and I was telling the brother, oh man, I can't do this and that, and the brother looked, the brother admonished me. I would say it's stern admonishment, saying, get that out your mind, because you're already invoking a failure type of energy in the spirit upon yourself to not accomplish your goals. You know what I'm saying? And you're supposed to have a drive to grow and a drive to succeed, and at the end of the day, if you're in this ministry and you're saying, well, I'm not able to perform at a certain level in certain areas because I got my child, or I got my job, or I got this worldly thing or that worldly thing, then what are you saying? You're saying the Lord put you in a situation to where you can't excel in this truth? You think the Lord is going to hire any man of the Lord to not excel in this truth, just to be a B plus or a C plus or a D plus person, and that's going to get you by? When has the Lord dealt with that? So why would you allow that to be a vibration or energy or a mindset within you to accept that type of mindset? You're always supposed to find out how much you can grow until it's time to get up out of here. Because at the end of the day, we always say that what? You don't know how much grace that you have. So you got the different aspect when you getting rebuked. Brother said, oh man, I did this because of this. Because you're trying to pacify your afflictions. You're trying to make it like, well, my plight is so stern that this is why I'm not able to do this thing. I want to grow, but I work 10-hour shifts. I want to do more lessons, but I'm too busy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You mean to tell me the Lord will put any of us in a position to not excel this truth without taking care of us? You know what I'm saying? If you believe that the Lord will put you in this truth to be mediocre, you full of shit. You know what I'm saying? That don't make any sense. The Lord ain't gonna put us in a position. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures say, sin entices us, but the Lord provides a way to get out, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go through afflictions. This ain't gonna be no easy route where you just unemployed and you magically getting money every week and you can perform and read. I know the scriptures say you get wisdom through opportunity and leisure, but goddamn, how much leisure do you need? But at the end of the day, to any brother, including myself, if you allow yourself to tell yourself that I'm not able to perform at a certain standard because of my worldly responsibilities, that has a good logical reason. Oh, I got a family, or I got a job, or you know what I'm saying, I be tired, or you're full of fucking shit, man. You better pray to the Most High for energy, man. You better pray to the Most High, give you available time. You got the time. We all got the time. You know what I'm saying? The scripture I have on here, it says, don't use your liberty as a cloak of maliciousness, man. You know, and that maliciousness sometimes could be laziness, procrastination, enjoying the world, you know, things of that nature. You shouldn't use your ability of freedom to say, well, this is the reason why I'm not able to be more within the brotherhood. And you wonder why, you know, your performance is not hitting. You wonder why you ain't bringing out them new bangers. You ain't gotta have new precepts all the time, but you ain't bringing out them bangers. You know what I'm saying? Them knockout blows. You just bringing out the same old precepts. You wondering why you can't go in depth on certain subjects. You wonder why you forgetting scriptures. You wonder why you in the ministry is not coagulating, because if you're investing time and within the ministry, your walk within the ministry. You know, you should never have that acceptance of being mediocre, man. And once you find an excuse or a reason to be mediocre, then that's when the problem's gonna come, or you become stagnant. You know what I'm saying? As they say, an idle mind is the devil's playground. You know, the Lord will provide a way for you to grow in this ministry, because that's what he wants you to do. You know, you don't blame it on Esau. Esau don't want you to be a man of the Lord. Esau don't want you to prophesy the gospel. So you're going to use that excuse to not hit the highways? You're going to know when you can't hit the highways. You're going to know for a fact. But to sit there and say, oh, they arresting us all the time. Well, the prophets got arrested, man. You know? So you got to be able to be willing to continue and put yourself through whatever. You got to do whatever it takes. And at the end of the day, if whatever you got in the world is putting, hindering your growth within the gospel, you got to put it off. Because the scriptures tell you those that be married, or be as though they're not married. Those that have, you know, be pilgrims upon this earth. Why would you read that? This truth ain't about reading and cutting everybody else. It's you involved in the cuts too. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures tell you you're supposed to die daily. Die to what? You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to flip your talents. I knew that you was a hard man, so I took these talents and kept them. Nah, man, you got to work hard in this truth, man. When you come to serve the Lord, you seek him what? 10 times more. You know? Not just one time. You seeking him 10 times more. You going hard in the paint, man. When you come to serve the Lord, you put forth all your strength. You know? You examine yourself whether you're in the faith. There's so many scriptures to tell you to not be mediocre. You know, watch out for little man.
Yeah, I know. She shouldn't let him get that street.
But yeah, you know, you shouldn't put yourself in a position to be mediocre. You should always strive to increase in this gospel, man. Because at the end of the day, truth is above all. You know, and this is a message to the brothers within the ministry, my ministry, myself, and the brothers without. You know what I'm saying? To sit there and accept any excuse of being lackluster or not being able to accomplish something, then you ain't fit for this, man. The Lord gets soldiers. He get those valiant warriors, man. Not those warriors like, man, I ain't eat today, so I ain't gonna really be kicking too much ass. Man, fuck out of here. You don't need to come to war then. Don't come to war. Go your ass home, man. You know what I'm saying? Constant ways to grow. So there's no reason, if whatever you're adding on to you, and you saying, well, I can't grow like that because I got this, and that. Well, you should. Look, if you got kids, they need to stop fucking, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, like there's Hey, Apostle Paul was a eunuch, man. You know, if your job is killing you, you need to put yourself in a position where you can financially stabilize yourself, man. You know, like, come on, man. Stop. You know, like, I'm just, because we were just talking about it, and also I went through it myself. It's like, you gotta stop with the bullshit if you want to get up out of here, man. You playing with your grace, man. You know, you got to perform at a high level here. You know, the Lord don't accept no mediocre bullshit. You know what the scriptures say? He that overcometh shall inherit the kingdom of heaven. Overcome what? Not seeing your kid, or not having a certain whip. Not being able to eat at a certain spot. Not being respected in the world, not having fun how you want to have it. These are actual situations within my ministry. This is actual situations that I've been through. Not being able to accomplish or get, smarter, or saying that you can't do something. A can't do mentality should never exist within your vocabulary. Because again, I could do all. I could do all within his ministry through Christ, which strengthens me. It told you that. It told us that. That's all you need. That's all you need to hear. How much you need to hear to sit there and tell yourself that you can accomplish everything that you accomplish. You know what I'm saying? But it's not going to magically happen. The Lord he's basically telling you, he will allow you to grow as much as you want to grow. As much as you want to grow in this truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was watching this one video where the guy, he was talking, he's a comedian. You got Rob Kazi, I watch his videos on time of leisures, give me a good laugh in. And he had one video where he was just talking about how he became successful. And he sat there and said, look, man, I kept my foot on the gas, man. You know what I'm saying? When I worked hella hours and did construction, my people, man, I ain't seen that in a while. When I worked hella hours and did construction, you know what I'm saying? And when I was tired, working 10-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts, I got off. I got me a Red Bull and I started editing and writing scripts and shit like that. And and I ain't never stopped. You know what I'm saying? And he said something that stuck. He said, when you get off and you go off from work and you tell yourself, oh, I'm tired, I'm about to chill, then you must not want to be successful. Sure, he was talking about, his comedic career, but, a spiritual man will take things spiritually. It's like, shit, if he's that successful, and I'm like, he's that funny, that wasn't by no mistake. That was by hard work. And that's the same thing with the apostles and brothers that are hella knowledgeable. This ain't no just, oh, that brother's hella knowledgeable. He just must be gifted or got a good memory, or that's his gift. But hey, if that's your gift, you're supposed to enhance your gift too. That's why it says neglect not the gift that is in thee. But what it's saying is you got to be able to you got to be able to kick ass and take names without getting exhausted, man. You got to have that, like, I don't give a fuck how tired I am. I don't give a fuck how weary, how much I'm afflicted, how hard this shit get, how much people hate me, how much, you know what I'm saying, people don't love me, how much people, start worrying. You know what I'm saying? I got to press toward the mark. I got to finish, and I got to finish good. You don't want to, finish crawling when the reason why you're crawling because you didn't work hard. You didn't do all your training, and you crawling. You're going to take a chance of crawling to the finish line when somebody could pass you up. You playing with your grace then. You need to be in hella shape. You need to gather your oil properly. You need to flip your talents, man. Within this ministry, man. Within this gospel. That's the mindset you got to have. Like, you got to be a motherfucking animal behind getting better and serving the Lord, man. That's to me. That's to the brothers within my fold, and that's to the rest of the outfit, man. The apostles said that and say that, man. You don't take the Lord's word serious. It should put a fire up on your ass, up under your ass, and get up off your ass, man. You don't take his word serious when he say things that he say, man, about being lukewarm and things like that. You know, that should light a fire up under you. Yeah, Salakia. I had to add something else in before I cut the video off too early. That the main thing I wanted to say toward this lesson is that if you don't make time, the Lord will make time for you if he wants you to grow in his ministry. Now, that's not a grandiose statement for you in particular all the time. And why do I say that? Because you got Jonah in the well, or the big fish, for example. Jonah said he didn't have the time. And he went to do things to his own devices. But guess what the Lord did? The Lord made the time. And it was very afflictive to him. You know, you had to be swallowed by a whale and go through all that. Or go swallowed by a big fish and go through all that just to go and prophesy in Nineveh? Or what about the man that said, you know, this, hey, man, I just got married. I had this situation. I had that when he was bidding them to the marriage, basically saying they got too much going on that they don't have the time. The Lord said, well, you go bid somebody else to the marriage. The Lord will replace you, you know. Or the man that said he had too many riches. He did everything. He did the work. He followed the ministry, but he said he couldn't drop his riches. He couldn't drop the things that wasn't allowing him to excel. And the Lord basically saying, drop those things that are truly dear to you. And he said he couldn't, and he couldn't make it because of that. So if the Lord's dealing with you and you don't have the time, the Lord will make the time. And if you don't have the time and the Lord ain't dealing with you, he'll just eliminate you and replace you. He said he'll raise up rocks to praise him. Why would you take that chance? You know? So call halal to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, double honor to our apostles who are elders who rule well. Blessed salutations to you brothers out there teaching and doing truth and sincerity. And blessed to the 144,000, which are the innumerable, not the 144,000, but the innumerable multitude, which is also the elect. Hey, Shalom.